Wesley, our little black miniature schnauzer, loves following my wife around. He seriously takes it as his job to always have her within eyesight. He even sits by the door when she leaves the house and runs to beat her to it every time she returns. I often joke whenever they both go walking by, him delightfully 1 or 2 feet behind saying, "Mama, Mama, where are you going, Mama? Mama, I'm right here in case you forgot about me." It's so adorably pathetic. He's a great dog who is more than friendly to all, but you definitely know who his master is by how he follows her absolutely everywhere. Well, almost anywhere. The strangest thing happens to that undying loyalty and connection when you introduce a very particular obstacle: stairs. As soon as she goes down a set of stairs, Wesley begins getting squirrely and anxious. He just won't go down them. He comes to a halt, lets out a few noises, spins around a few times, and then just continues to walk to the edge and tap his front paws. You can tell he wants to be right behind Katie, but he will not go down those stairs on his own. It doesn't seem to matter how much encouragement we give or times we call him from the bottom of the stairs either. We watch his desire to be there grow to insane levels, but he just won't take that first step. It just seems too frightening, complex, overwhelming, or all of it for him to handle. If she goes back up the stairs, though, places those 2 front paws on that first step for him, and then walks back down, he follows almost every time. Financial planning or budget setting is a huge set of stairs for so many of us. We know who our master is and yearn to be right there. Our excitement even grows to insane levels, but seems too overwhelming, complicated, or scary to begin. It's amazing how a little advanced planning and preparation can make everything so much more manageable. Take a few minutes to talk about those stairs and how God is not just calling, but helping us take those first steps so that we can follow so closely together. One of the many blessings of being the pastor at Faith Chapel is the Family Promise experience. 4 times a year, we host homeless families here at Faith Chapel. Family Promise is one program that assists homeless families have housing and allows the family to stay together as an entire unit. Every other shelter or program splits them up from each other. It's bad enough not to have a place to call your own. Imagine not having your family together through it. Since our parsonage is attached to Faith Chapel, we are automatically part of this experience. We try to make it a point to go down and meet the families at least once during the week so that they at least know who the people running around upstairs are and that we're praying for them. It's always an experience that humbles us and fills us with such gratitude for the things that we have in our life. Honestly, it leaves us feeling like we have too many things. A couple of years ago, we went downstairs during the mealtime. Since we were just going down the steps, we didn't bother throwing any shoes or socks on our daughter. We arrived in the fellowship hall, and our barefooted little girl, Ashlyn, immediately started playing with one of the smaller kids as we went around and met the parents. Suddenly, there was a fit being thrown. We look over and hear Ashlyn and crying and trying to remove the shoes from the other 2-year-old little girl that she was playing with. She was screaming, "Those are my shoes!" I realized what was happening. This little girl had shoes on that were exactly like one of the many pairs that my daughter had. Katie picked Ashlyn up and starts apologizing for her behavior, but Ashlyn continues saying, "Those are my shoes." I ran upstairs as fast as possible and grabbed her shoes from the parsonage and brought them down. I really can't describe the look on Ashlyn's face when I handed her her shoes. It was just obvious that a light bulb was going on in her adorable little head. "These are my shoes," she said as she hugged them, and then she pointed at the girls and said, "Those are her shoes." Everyone laughed and more conversation began. Then Katie and we went upstairs and we wept. We wept because of the other girl's reaction to the whole event. She just freely and happily gave Ashlyn her shoes. As Ashlyn was crying and screaming, "Those are my shoes," the little girl just let her slip them off without any reaction or fight. It was simply, "You need them, you take them." Statistics show us that the less income people have, the higher percentage of that income they give to charity. The less you have, the more willing you are to sacrifice to help. I invite you into a real time of reflection and conversation about our things, stuff, needs, and wants with your group questions.